Ah, nothing like a good old government shutdown to kick back and relax. Thanks, Congress.
Peter, I've shut down better things than Congress, like CNN's ratings.
Hey, Trump, didn't you get banned from Twitter again?
Only temporarily, Peter. They can't silence freedom and my memes. Let me tell you something, Peter. If I were still president, gas would be cheaper than water.
And cholesterol would be a food group. So what's your plan to fix the economy? Tweet harder?
Wrong. We bring back jobs, real jobs, like coal mining and reality TV.
Honestly, I miss the good old days when presidents played saxophones or got impeached for fun stuff.
You call that fun? I made impeachment an Olympic sport. Peter, I've got a plan to fix America. More Trump towers, fewer taxes.
And more burgers in the White House vending machines? Do you even know what TikTok is?
Of course. It's that Chinese spyware for teenagers and influencers with no talent.
Ever thought of running again?
I never stopped running. From indictments.
What's your take on climate change?
It's a hoax, like low-fat ice cream.
Want to grab a burger?
Only if it's a patriot burger, wrapped in bacon and freedom. Peter, you ever consider building a wall around Quahog?
Only to keep out Cleveland's karaoke nights. If you became mayor of Quahog, what's your first law?
Mandatory golf Fridays, and burgers are tax deductible. Peter, you should be my VP. You're loud, clueless, and unapologetic.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me all day. You know what scares me more than taxes?
AOC?
No, Lois on budget day.
I invented fake news, Peter. It's my legacy.
Yeah? I invented fake IDs for keg parties.
Yeah, if you were a Family Guy character, who'd you be?
The mayor, but competent. I once negotiated peace with North Korea using a Big Mac.
Wow, I usually just eat them. Would you rather lose Twitter or hair? Twitter! I've already lost the hair battle!
You ever think about the Illuminati?
Only when I'm drunk and watching History Channel. One last question, Mr. President. Boxers or briefs?
Depends on the approval rating.
Ever thought about moving to Canada?
Only if they rename it Trumplandia. I'm actually a very stable genius.
I'm a very stable drunk.
What's your thoughts on aliens?
Illegal or intergalactic?
Yes.
I built towers. You built, what, birdhouses?
I built suspense and my cholesterol. You ever cry, Donald?
Only when ketchup touches my steak. Peter, you ever been impeached?
Only from the strip club twice. What would you do if you had a time machine?
Go back and buy Twitter before Elon did. I hosted The Apprentice. You watched, right?
Only for the bloopers. You got Secret Service. I got Joe at the bar with a taser.
Sounds equally reliable. You know what would fix America?
More naps and less taxes.
We finally agree.
If I had your money, I'd buy a blimp and name it Big Honkin' Freedom.
You think small. I'd buy the moon. They say I'm divisive.
They say I'm drunk. Difference is, I don't deny it. Ever met the Pope?
Yeah, we both wore white. It was awkward. Peter, what's your IQ?
Same as my shoe size.
That explains so much.
If I ran for office, I'd promise free Wi-Fi and hot dogs.
You'd win in a landslide. What's your foreign policy?
Don't ask. Don't passport. I made a campaign ad once. Got banned for too much nudity.
That's impressive. I miss when politics was classy.
You mean before TikTok debates and shirtless rallies? Let's be honest, neither of us should be near launch codes.
Speak for yourself. I have great button etiquette. This has been fun, Peter.
Yeah, 2 guys, 40 scenes, 0 clue what we're doing.
That's America, baby.
Trump, what would you do with one wish?
Make the Electoral College a university and appoint myself dean. Peter, you're the only guy I know who makes me look humble.
Thanks. Wait, was that an insult? If you had a theme park, what would it be called?
Trumpland, every ride ends in bankruptcy. Ever been to court, Peter?
Only on Judge Judy. I lost to a goose. What's your secret to winning elections? Confidence and hats.
Peter, what's your healthcare plan?
Eat bacon, hope for the best. Ever read the Constitution?
I skimmed it, mostly the parts about me. Peter, if you could outlaw one thing, what would it be?
Pants. They restrict my creativity. If America was a sandwich, what's in it?
Beef, cheese, debt, and a lot of opinions. Peter, we should do a podcast.
Exactly. What's your workout routine, Trump?
Lifting democracy and occasionally cheeseburgers. Peter, ever considered writing a book?
Yeah, it's called How Not to Be President. You think aliens are real?
Only if they vote Republican. You believe in free speech, right?
Only when I'm yelling at squirrels. What's your proudest achievement?
Becoming a meme before it was cool. Peter, what's your opinion on education?
I think recess should be mandatory for adults. What's your favorite historical figure?
Myself, soon to be in all the textbooks. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
The ability to eat tacos endlessly. How do you dream in color?
Red, white, and occasionally gold. We should go on a road trip.
Only if we can avoid every state with tolls. If politics was a sport, what would it be?
Wrestling. It's fake, loud, and full of drama.
So just like C-SPAN.
Ever been banned from anywhere, Peter?
Yeah, Costco. Long story, one chicken sample. Yeah, Costco. Long story, one chicken sample.
America first, pizza second.
I'll take it.
What would your first executive order be?
Universal nap time.
Finally, a policy I can endorse.
Ever been on a dating app?
Once I matched with myself. You ever served in government, Peter?
Yeah, jury duty. Got kicked out for snoring. And what do you think is the future of America?
AI presidents and robot congressmen?
So basically now, just shinier.
If we started a business together?
We'd go bankrupt in style. Ever lose your phone?
No, I just tweet with my mind. This conversation should be archived in the Library of Congress.
Or the trash bin behind Joe's bar. What scares you more, losing an election or public Wi-Fi with no password?
Public Wi-Fi, that's real danger. You ever been fact-checked?
Every day, by Lois, Google, and that guy in aisle 4. What's your idea of a perfect America?
Golden statues and silent comment sections. Peter, you ever run for school board?
No, but I did run from the school board. If I had your money, I'd buy a food truck empire.
If I had your stomach, I'd be bankrupt. What's your opinion on term limits?
I can barely finish a Netflix series. You think aliens would vote?
Only if they get Earth citizenship.
Build a wall around space!
I'd name my autobiography Deals and Donuts.
Mine would be Oops, the Peter Griffin story. Ever thought of joining a band?
Sure, the Red Caps. I play the ego. What would you do with Air Force One?
Turn it into a flying tailgate party. If you could swap lives with anyone for a day?
Easy, me, but with better hair. Peter, you ever taken the SATs? I took a bite out of mine, thought it was a Pop-Tart.
What's your secret to success?
2 words, brand everything. Ever considered diplomacy, Peter?
Once ended in a food fight. You think I could be president?
If people vote ironically, yes. Peter, if I gave you $1 million,
I'd buy tacos and a small island to eat them on. Ever been hypnotized?
yes, by my own reflection. What's your idea of a perfect debate?
No pants, just truth and tacos. How do you deal with pressure?
I apply bronzer and keep talking. This is the weirdest interview I've done.
You say that like it's a bad thing. If I had $1 for every bad decision I made,
You'd still owe me a loan. What's your worst habit?
yelling freedom during weddings. If we had a secret handshake,
It would involve cash, burgers, and ego. Ever been stuck in traffic?
only emotionally. What's your retirement plan?
Rule Florida like a tan wizard. Peter, do you trust the media?
I only trust cereal boxes. They never lie. What if we made a superhero team?
The incredibly unqualified league. Ever meditate?
Yeah, it's just napping with purpose. One word to describe America?
Loud.
Same as me.
Halfway to 200 scenes, Peter.
We're not stopping till we get canceled. If I ruled the world, every meal would end with cake.
If I ruled the world, every meal would start with applause. What's your opinion on cancel culture?
Well, I got canceled once by my own toaster. If you could only say one word for a year,
Tremendous.
mine would be oops.
What's the best part of being famous?
Unlimited soda refills.
And executive privilege.
Ever gotten stuck in an elevator?
Yes, with CNN. What would your official campaign hat say?
Grill, nap, repeat.
Catchy.
You ever wear Crocs?
Only once, still recovering emotionally. What's your stance on conspiracy theories?
I believe them, all of them, even the ones about bread. What would be our theme song?
Something between the national anthem and a monster truck jingle. If this episode ends with us flying into space, I'm blaming you.
Too late. I already packed sandwiches. If I had a spaceship, I'd name it the Snack Shuttle.
Mine would be Air Force Fun, first class only. Peter, ever take responsibility for anything?
Yes, once, but then I blamed Meg. What's your stance on pineapple on pizza?
A crime, possibly treason? Ever forget someone's name during a speech?
Yeah, called Lois Mommy President. If life gave me lemons, I'd trade them for bacon.
That's called capitalism. What's your opinion on world peace?
Depends. Does it come with fries? If I hosted a late-night show, it'd be called Too Late with Peter Griffin.
You mean like your taxes? Would you ever live in the White House?
Only if the fridge was walk-in. What's your plan for the next election?
3 words: fire, fury, fireworks. You know, this might be my weirdest partnership yet.
You say that like it's not your best one. What's your favorite state?
Denial.
Same, especially during tax season.
Peter, ever babysit Congress?
Only once. They all wanted naps and candy. If I had a national holiday, it'd be Bacon Day.
Mine would be Tremendous Tuesday. You ever manage a team?
Yeah, we lost every game but won every snack break. If I had a catchphrase, it'd be oops.
Mine's you're fired.
Classic.
Peter, if you were in charge of security?
I'd replace alarms with whoopee cushions. What's your dream job?
Supreme leader of golf.
Mine's supreme eater of nachos.
Do you believe in karma?
Only when I get instant food poisoning. How do you unwind?
Steam room steak, silence.
Mine's cartoons and cheese balls.
You know what, Peter?
What?
I think we might actually be a friends.
God help America. If I wrote a law, it'd be free donuts on Fridays.
Mine, no taxes if your name is Trump.
Like a food fight, but no one gets fed.
Peter, how would you describe Congress?